Hello everybody, welcome back to the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. This is BSG at Home 2021 online. It's like it's getting more and more things added to it when I add more to it, you know, it's how it works. But just to let you all know, we are raising money for Mind. They are a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who is dealing with mental health issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go to Mind. Just before we get started here, we would like to thank ESA for supporting this event and for allowing us to stream on their channel. For information about their upcoming events and any changes that may be happening due to the COVID-19 outbreak, be sure to check out their website, esamarathon.com. But without further ado, it is time to move on to the Sonic 3 AIR race here between huds601 and Terravin. Huds, take it away.
Thank you very much, Argik. And yes, welcome everyone. Welcome back to BSG Annual 2021. We are going to be doing the Sonic 3 Air Amy New Game Plus Glitchless race. As Argik said, my fantastic racer next to me here is Terravin from Canada. Terravin, who yesterday got a brand new PB within 1 second of mine. This is going to be hopefully an incredibly close and exciting race. Before we get underway, a couple of things to get to sort out. First off, I'd love to introduce my commentators to you. So the first commentator we have is Mindez. Hello, Mindez.
That's me, hello.
And the second commentator doing double duty tonight, you just heard him, it's Argik.
Hello.
And because he hasn't had a chance to say anything yet, hi Terravin, how you feeling?
I'm taking the record.
Oh, fighting talk. For anyone who doesn't know, Terravin has a bit of a habit of this in marathon runs. He has pretty much always got some kind of record, so I'm a little bit nervous. Couple of other things to get out of the way. Argik, I know we had an incentive for this one in terms of the music mod pack. We had up for grabs a metal and funk music mod pack. Did we meet that incentive?
Unfortunately, not quite this time. So we'll have to stick with basic music, but also call-in enhancement.
Ah, what a shame. That's fine. Well, we'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put on the enhanced music pack. So it's all the normal music, but it's kind of got a bit of a modern twist on it, which will be nice. Kind of a few nice modern remixes. And a little bit of funky music now. There is one other thing I do want to mention before we get underway. Now, before we do begin, I just want to address something, which is that some of you may notice that my original opponent RPG isn't actually here with us tonight. The reason for this is actually incredibly relevant to the charity that BSG are supporting, which is Mind. Now, RPG actually reached out to me earlier this week, and he asked if he'd be able to step down from the race for reasons relating to his mental health. Now, I want to mention this tonight because I think it should be applauded that he had the strength and resolve to put his mental health first and step back from this race. One of the most difficult things to do is to tell someone that you don't want to do something that you've previously agreed to do. And there are many speedrunners out there, and many people full stop, who will push themselves to do things that perhaps are not in the best interest of their mental health. And for speedrunners like us, that's often forcing themselves to do a speedrun that's perhaps making them unhappy simply because they think that's what everyone else wants them to do. Now, I know that RPG is watching tonight, and I want him to know that I personally and all of us here are incredibly proud of him for doing the right thing and putting his mental health first. And regardless of tonight's result, I would love to dedicate this run to him. For everyone in chat, please do send him some love. And if you're on the fence about donating, please allow me to ask you to consider doing so tonight during this run, in solidarity not just with RPG, but all of those out there who are currently affected by mental health issues. And finally, I just want to say a special thank you. I'm incredibly grateful to Terravin for stepping in at the last minute so we could still bring you a race tonight. And on behalf of all of us here at BSG, we really hope that you'll enjoy the next 45 minutes. So, with all that said, hello. I'm ready. Terravin, are you ready?
I'm ready to win.
I love it. Cool. I'm going to hand over to our commentators who can give us a countdown.
Mendez, do the honors.
All right, race is ready. In 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, where am I going?
Alright, so you might be wondering what is actually going on here. We are playing as the one, the only, the lovely Amy Rose in her classic format here. So the way it's going to work, you can see Amy has this amazing little horizontal hammer spin that she can do that can give you a lot of momentum. You're going to see Huds and Terravin here utilizing that as much as they can to try and keep as much momentum as they can. On top of that, we also have the ability to hit the ground and do a really high super jump, and you will be seeing that in some of the later levels as as well. Sonic 3 AIR, of course, is an enhanced version of the original Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where AIR stands for Angel Island Revisited and gives you a lot of things like widescreen, 16:9 widescreen, also mod support, and of course a few other funky things like this. We are in New Game Plus. That does mean both our racers here do have all the Chaos Emeralds to begin with and will be using Super Amy from the get-go, and that is stage number 1.
Absolutely, and most of the levels in this game are going to involve getting the 50 rings required to transform into Hyper Amy, and then taking a variety of paths. One of the really cool things about all the character mods in this game is they allow you to experience a range of the paths in this game. Like, some of the paths are designed for Sonic, some of them are designed for Knuckles, some are designed for Tails, and by giving different characters in different mods different abilities, it allows them to mix and match the paths. So you can see here in Angel Island Act 2, they're actually going up Tails' route to go over the level, and that turns out to be the fastest way. Coming up to the end of the level here. Going through the pipe and into the bombing run.
Yeah, Terravin pulling out some backwards swag there. Nice! I love it. Something else that you may notice as well that's an air exclusive on this is the airship is slightly faster. Some of the cutscenes can be sped up, and specifically for that airship there, you can opt to put on the air method, which speeds it up and just has quicker bombs going through. Now for the boss quick kill. Bounce for the boss 7 times, the boss is gone, and away we go. Let's see if we get some quick capsules with Amy looking up and doing big old hammer jump off the ground and popping it off the screen there.
Yeah, and just that combination of abilities, the abilities to do the hammer glide and the hammer jump to really speed up that boss there.
Mm-hmm. So another thing that you just witnessed our runners do here is they quitted out to the menu to go back in. This is allowed in this category because, again, it is New Game Plus. All the levels are unlocked. You do have to do them in standard order, but that's just the way it is. Skip the cutscenes and save a couple of seconds. So again, you're seeing Hydro City 1 here all the way up the top, taking the Tails route because we can. It's super fast. We grab our Lightning Shield, which will allow us to grab a massive amount of rings and then transforming immediately into Hyper and legging it all the way through to the end of the stage here. No hands required because we've got the speed.
So much speed. All right, heading into the boss here. You're going to do some spin dashes, do some setups to actually hit the boss while it's off screen. And you can see Terravin there taking it down while it's on the left side of the screen. Hud's just finishing off there on the right. Whew. A very close race so far as we head into Hydro 2.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is right, Huds. Extra life is for you. Alright, so we get our wall section here as always. You gotta run away through the wall because the wall is coming to try and get you. But as long as you move fast enough, it'll not get you. Amy, of course, using her lovely little horizontal dash there. Hud's just missing the segment there. And you're seeing Terravin doing a lot of fancy movement right now. Making sure you're gonna see big old jump coming over here. And then using that horizontal speed. Is that not beautiful? That is beautiful on my end, that is. Skipping the entire section there, using the path swappers to your advantage, allowing you to skip part of that course using the horizontal fly.
Yep, Hud's getting the jump as well, going doing the loop jump into the jump right from the end of the slope. Both of them not failing on that. Fantastic. Terravin getting it again on the second one. And heading to the final part of the level, going to jump up and hopefully know where... I'd use pause buffer to figure out where the platforms are. And head into the final boss area.
That's a question. Have I remembered my cycles? Here we go.
Oh,
right,
here goes karma!
Hey.
Oh, left or right? It is the right.
Nailed it every time. So while our racers are going through the boss here, really quick as we do, but before we head into Marble, we got a few donations coming in. We got an €11.21 donation, broken hyperlink that says Huds in another marathon. Always up for donating to good causes. Good luck to both runners. This should be a good race and a good way to chill on a Friday night. Thank you for your donation.
Absolutely, we're heading into Marble Garden now. We are doing this is the Glitchless New Game Plus any %, so we are going to be seeing both acts of Marble Garden. We're not going to be getting any weird shenanigans with the with glitching the boss today.
No, but what we are seeing is we're seeing Terravin here using Amy's big old jump up the top there, which is increased when she goes hyper, by the way. That will allow her to get all the way up into the secret area there. Because Amy, she's quite overpowered that way. And Terravin just showing how easy it is to use these super jumps. Skipping over the entire yo-yo section there, because you don't need to spin a yo-yo platform if Hyper Amy can break through walls just like Knuckles.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's this blending together of all the different characters routes there. The secret platform being designed mainly for Tails, and then obviously smashing through the walls just like Knuckles.
Now, we did see Terravin there having a little bit of a problem with the jump, not quite getting out there in time. This has allowed Huds to get a little bit of a catch-up in here. So we're quite close in the race at the moment. This is coming through, of course, stage 3 of about 13 at this moment in time, so it can still change. But a very big time difference there. You see a 46 to a 59.
Yeah, definitely. Terravin still keeping a slight lead, but not by very much at all. So we're going to see how the rest of this level plays out. Oh, getting a little bit stuck on the slope there. Trying to get the spin dash, not quite going the right way. There we go. So they're now. Oh, this is pretty much synced.
Seeing on the screens here, double yo-yo going through, going to be taking up the top route here again. Amy, basically a faster Tails at this point. You can see just, oh yes, using the hammer smash to get up the hill there. Because Amy's actual attack has a little bit of forward momentum there, it allows her to go up the ramps, and then a swag transformation, allowing you to use the momentum to do the transformation and keep a hold of your rings at the same time as you move down there. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. Really lets you, especially around on such a level with a lot of slopes around it, definitely gives you a lot of safety for landing on those slopes a little bit early.
So while we're coming through the ground chase section here, something about AIR that I did see mentioned there, Glitchless, believe it or not, is actually possible in this. AIR does a very good job at removing a lot of the original glitches, like level wraps and things like that. Now, that's not to say that they are gone permanently, because speedrunners will always find ways to glitch things, but the original lot, not as obvious to do as they are in the original game there. But of course, on to our boss fight now, and we're going to get 7 hits on there and take them out as quickly as we can.
Yeah, there is no way to actually defeat Eggman in this first phase, unfortunately. No matter how many hits you get on them, you do need to fly up from the bottom of the screen in order to get that final hit. Terravin taking out the boss, Huds taking out the boss not long after. And then moving on to Carnival Night.
Hello. Oh, where am I going?
And you can hear here, there's that enhanced music coming out. You can hear a little bit of bass coming off that one. Don't blink on this stage. This stage is going to go quick. We're going to see both our racers go over the balloons, get to the wheel, get 30 rings. That's going to take you up to the 50. And then we're going to head all the way through, past the spinners, up the magnets, over the bumpers. And that is going to get us first area here. Then you're going to do a nice big hammer jump all the way up to the top from this area. Leg it down the other set of spinners. Oh, good recovery there by Huds, getting hit by the sub-pixel there. Up to the top. Almost neck and neck coming through the stage here, and then we're going to get into the boss fight. Now, the only way you can hit this boss is by hitting the boss to make it weak and then allowing it to get hit by its own Beyblade. So while we're doing that, we've got more donations here. We have a €5 donation from Tiny Tim saying, hey all, donating for the amazing Sonic 3 AIR race and the wonderful huds601 and Terravin. Shoutouts to Mendez and Arg on commentary. Gotta go fast. Cheers. And of course, we also have a €7 donation from Joseph Black saying the Portal color choice is now tied. Who will take it? Only you can decide with your donations. Remember, every time you donate, you can put it towards any of our incentives. And Portal color choice is available right now.
Very nice. All right, heading into Carnival Night 2 here again. Terravin's very slight lead. But yeah, it's always very interesting to see the strategies on that boss where they wait a very certain set amount of time, just so that the bouncer bounces around optimally. They're going to go up the top path here in Carnival Night 2. and head over to Knuckles, who's going to raise the water level. No skipping this cutscene in the glitchless version, at least. There we see them spinning their way through the balloons, over the bouncers, down around the barrels.
Nice to see neither of our racers getting squished by that there.
Yeah, absolutely, and also managing to avoid all of the bumpers, which very much have a habit of getting in the way. I'm going to see with Amy's hammer jump there, we didn't need to mess with the barrel that's moving back and forth at all. Just jump straight up through the secret passage.
So
And then the
fact
Battle
about
of
this
Doom.
level, if you want to know, is that this is the one level that is super tight on ring count. We have to actually slow down at certain parts of the level to get more rings. It's the only one in the whole game where that is a possibility of actually losing your rings. And if you do, the boss is near impossible with Amy.
Yeah, especially with the cutscenes at the end here, I believe while it's fast forwarded, the ring count also goes faster as well. So
Oh, seeing Terravin there do the big jump. Unfortunately missing, well, basically going to space for a bit. You want to try and avoid that as much as you can. You don't want to get quick hits on the boss, and going to space after every bounce, not what you want to see. So Terravin, quite rightly, stopping the bounces there, just being, nope, we're going to ice cap now. That's it, we're done.
nice, still an incredibly close race as we head into the 5th zone ice cap. Gonna skip the snowboarding segment because Amy's race is based on Tails's. The mod from Amy actually replaces Tails with Amy, so you kind of get the fact that Tails skips that cutscene as well. Gonna dash the way through through ice cap, going over the moving platform and up these elevators.
Oh, Terravin with a smooth horizontal hammer jump coming off the bottom of that slide there. Huds then grabbing the same. You gotta love Amy's movement on this. This is what makes Amy a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's so smooth, so smooth.
Oh, and then Terravin with a hammer jump, not waiting for the spring coming out of the platform there. No need for the springs. Running our way through up the slides now. These little moving platforms. Again, Amy's hammer jump gives you so much height from the base there that you just run right through. You don't need to hit half of them, and away we go. Already coming in to the boss. So while we're killing this boss, we have another $7 donation from Joseph Black, who comes back saying, forgot cyan and blue, so I had to tie them again. Gun color, portal, tied. Again, thank you very much for your donations, folks. All right, Act 2. So we're going to see our racers grab the lightning shield, and the question is, are we going up the top or are we going down the bottom? Answer, we're doing a mix of it all because Amy can.
Yeah, we are going to see them both taking the overall bottom path here, so they're all going to head down this loop down into the caves at the bottom. A little bit of a risk, or if you miss one of the jumps here, of going into a bottomless pit, but I'm sure that they've practiced enough that that's not going to be an issue. The bottom route does tend to be faster overall, just a little bit riskier.
And then you can see Terravin there jumping into the secret wall that is kind of strange, you know. It's like it's just there. It doesn't really give you a secret or anything. It's like, okay. But we blinked and suddenly the stage is complete, and then you get HUD just blasting through the tunnel as well.
Oh yeah,
there is literally like seconds between these two racers at the moment.
Absolutely, and how smooth they go through that tunnel, I absolutely love with the crushers. Just glide straight over them both.
Exactly right. Coming up to my favorite Sonic 3 level here. Launch base is a lot of fun. Or as we like to call it, lunch base, because when you get here, it's probably lunchtime and you're feeling a bit peckish.
Yep, sounds about right. We have some rockin' music.
Oh, yes. Oh, there's our first instance of subpixels there on Terravin, I believe. Man, unfortunately, subpixels still exist in this game as well. Subpixel, as the name suggests, it's the size of it's an object that is less than the size of a pixel, and it just stops all momentum. A little bit of a pain in the butt. Unfortunately, can't really control them. And you just gotta take it as they come. Hopefully, they're minimized as we get to see Terravin and then Huds, of course, right behind as well right now. This is neck and neck, using the hammer jumps, skipping up around part of the area again, just launching our way through. We're going to hopefully get to the giant spinning cylinder here. Hammer jumping over it. We don't even go through it, basically. I was like, nah, no spins for us. We're hammer jumping. 2 are twisty elevators, and they're going to head down to the Knuckles cutscene area very soon. But again, it's going to be nice and quick as it's sped up.
Yep, coming up to the end of launch phase 1, right at the top of this tower. Both of them in the tower at the moment. It's so close. Terravin again with a slight lead, but it can change at any moment. And I think this really highlights the difference in like how the runners are prepared for this marathon, because Hud's been running this category for a lot longer, but Terravin has just come in and just been grinding out runs, grinding out the best strats, and really been going for the best times. And the fact they end up with a PB within a second of each other, you know, you can see just how close it has been.
Oh, definitely. And that's what you want to see. You want to see close races. We had one earlier in the Final Fantasy 1 race between Cruel and Boxmeister. Hopefully we'll get the same here with Terravin and Huds. It has been right now as we come into Launch Base 2. My favorite stage, just because of how smooth the movement is. Huds getting trolled by the ramp there, by the subpixels. Absolute pain in the bum, as we know. And we see Terravin here grabbing the special stage ring, going to allow Terravin to transform into Hyper Amy once again, and then leg it across the rest of the stage. Hopefully going to be taking the rest of Sonic's route here, and then jumping down to the bottom. Does not need to double back on yourselves, because we don't need to go get the bubble shield. This means we can just use the hammer to fly across the top, up towards the tails route now, and down towards the end of the stage almost. Again, another really quick stage down here. So into the teacup, down into the water, going to go past the enemy there. Having a little bit of problem getting up onto the run there. Big old jump towards the end. Favorite jump in the stage right there. And then on to the teacups once again, because unfortunately you need the teacup to get past the layer, down to the bottom there, and on to the bouncy boss. Oh, it's now about to do the same big jump there. Big old jump up the top. Love it. So smooth, so fun.
Nice. Hitting that ramp at just the right speed, because of course the slope of the ramp affects Amy's jump a lot. That's one of the mechanics of this game. You know, the steeper it is, the higher up your jump will go.
And there we go. So now with the cutscenes played, we can already see Terravin in the boss, but it's literally just stand on top of the boss and the boss dies. I'm so sorry, boss. But of course, you think it's done. No, here comes one of the greatest bosses in video game history. It is time for the one, the only, Big Arms. And we get the banger as well. So Terravin is going to have to hit the boss. Being invincible here is a good thing. However, if you get grabbed, you will get slammed and you will lose your rings. I believe it did that in the original. Now we're going to see. Yeah, is it the same here?
Yeah, I believe so. And also ring count is very important on this boss, because because when you defeat the first phase of the boss, it does transform you back to normal Amy, so you need to still have 50 rings for Big Arms as well.
Also, I'm annoyed right now because this pack has the Many Adventures Big Arms, and you're going to kill the boss too quickly, so I don't get to listen to it. Oh, but that does conclude the Sonic 3 portion of the run. We are now in the Sonic Knuckles section, as you just saw Terravin there breaking the cutscene a little bit and just dunking Amy right down beside Knuckles, and Knuckles just doesn't care.
Yep, again, just a feature of that forward momentum from the hammer attack.
But yeah, Mushroom Hill here, a stage with lots of little gaps and lots of little ramps and holes. So what you want to try and do is use the momentum from Amy here. If you're going to be doing a big jump up the slope here, you're going to want to make sure you get the right angle for it. You want to stop so you're on flat ground for the hammer jump rather than being on angled slopes incorrectly. And you can just see Terravin speeding their way through here. Big old loops around down the bottom and then to the tree. Hopefully going to save the trees here by getting a lot of hits and preventing the tree from, preventing the car from even moving, to be honest. And then HUD's doing the exact same here. You can see the big old jumps, dodging the side, using the hammer jump to get through the vine, down into the boss fight once again.
Yeah, Amy makes it very easy to save the tree with the fact that she can jump so ludicrously high.
And fast.
And then we head into Mushroom Hill 2. Where again, they're going to actually take the top path here and aim to get the big ring in this little secret tunnel up here. That's going to give them the momentum they need to clear all the jumps and get to the end of the level as fast as possible. We see HUDs do the climb as well. You see, you have to do the hammer jump off that mushroom, then off that spring. That takes you up to the path you need to get on. Just missing the big ring, having to go back for it there, but not too much time lost there.
Alright, so we're going to see Terravin here try to get the big jump. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get enough height on it. So we'll have to see if HUDs can manage the big jump to the area while Terravin just stands in the boss's hitbox because reasons. Nope, HUD's instead opting for the pulley here. Super fast pulley going all the way up. With the noise. Oh, I'm 12, I really am. As we go through. Gonna stand in the boss, but before we get to Flying Barry, we have a €15 donation here from Super Crown Jose that says, Sonic says, ignoring your mental health is no good. Cheers, RPG. Indeed it is. Again, big shout outs to RPG there. And of course to Super Crown Jose for your donation as well. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And speaking of RPG, if anybody is wondering what the sound effects actually are, this is the Colin Enhancement mod, which is a sound effect pack that RPG has kindly recorded with the talents of his own voice and his Colin voice. So yes, all these sound effects are provided by RPG.
Alright, so Flying Barry 1 here. You may have just noticed Amy on the outside there. There is a bottomless pit. You don't want to fall down it. Neither of our runners have done it, thankfully. And immediately trying to grab 50 rings. That is priority number 1. Priority number 2, especially in this stage, is be wary of your cycles. Because there are lots of things in here that can and will crush you. And you don't want to be hit by them. So you can see Terravin speeding their way round to the fire area right now, going all the way through, making sure we go from the bottom area, going to jump all the way up using Super Amy's increased height, going to push a set of spikes away that is going to take you down to a secret platform that's going to have a big ring in it that we don't need, and we're just going to hammer jump our way all the way up to the very top now. Spinner's in a beautiful position there as we now get to go to Why You Hating Yourself, the boss, the movie, the video game based on the visual novel.
Yeah, and what I particularly love about this boss, because you're hyper Amy, nothing can hurt you, so you can just stand there and you don't need to do anything. Nice little hydration break there for Terravin.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
Absolutely. HUD's getting up there as well. We'll see if he's also going to use the hydration strats. Absolutely.
Iron Brew! Aye! There you go, mate! Get it? No. Oh, I'm proud. Single tear every time. Alright, coming into Flying Battery 2, it is effectively more of the same, but with a little bit less outside this time. We are going to grab the lightning shield here. That is going to be grabbing these whole bunch of rings at the start. Very, very simple. And then you just got to be careful of these lovely little crushers. They can, they will, and they have, and they continue to do so. Don't let them crush it. It's not what you want to see. So we're going to go round into the middle route here. This, of course, is going to take us down to our only outside passageway this time. And I'm going to transform on the platform as it goes all the way down. Allows us to fly across and then round to the other area here. Unfortunately, getting caught on the ramp there, hitting the ramp at the wrong point, means that we do have to stop, spin dash our way up and go all the way through. So we're going to wait for the jumps to come up and in here as we go all the way around, hitting the buttons to navigate our way to the boss. You can see HUD's just coming up as well, about to transform too, hopefully. Losing the shield. then the transformation comes through after the invincibility comes off. There you go. That took a little bit long to go through, but finally making it.
Fortunately, not losing the rings.
Oh yeah, don't want to lose the rings. That is a very bad thing.
We've got some Spider Steve over on Terravin. Say hello to Spider Steve, everybody.
Hi, Steve. Alan. Steve. Oh,
Spider Steve,
Terravin almost got crushed. How did Terravin not get crushed there? Landed right in the middle of the crushers.
Yeah, Crusher's the one thing that can, of course, stop Hyper Amy.
You could say if you get caught by them, it really is crushing. You set me up.
True. Got another Spider Steve over on HUD side.
Alright, let's see what HUD is going to go for here. Gets to tell it. Oh, goes for the jump over this time. Makes it quite nicely. And while we're waiting for the laser beam boss to go off, oh my god, HUD, what are you doing? You know what you're doing there. Quick reactions on HUD's side. Absolutely fantastic. And while we're in this area waiting for the auto scroller to take place as we move up to the boss, we've got a €15 donation here from our very own Zeta66, and it says, first off, love all the love towards RPG Hidden Wizard. Next, can Argic still do weird voices, please? Shoutouts to all the runners, volunteers, staff members for doing their very best to make this event amazing. Can we make it to 5k? I think we can. Let's go. Oh, I definitely think we can as well. And Zeta, just for you, I can do my best I can for it. We gotta wait for my buddy Amy to finish the level. Then we gotta go into Sandopolis. And you know what that means? It means it's gonna get rough.
Beautiful.
But yeah, up to the boss here. You can see just Super Amy, Hyper Amy makes light work of it very easily. Standing inside the hitbox, waiting for the boss to go around as we now get ready to run into Sandopolis. As we say, oh, Terravin's made a boo-boo! Accidentally selected the wrong stage, went one too far, had to quit back out to go in.
Doesn't look like he's lost too much time from that, but yeah, it was our precious seconds. And now we're on to Sandopolis. Sandopolis 1 being one of the most cycle-heavy levels in this game. You know, if you get hung up on anything, you can lose massive amounts of time because most of the level is gated off in these like crushers that have a 6-second cycle going up and down. So if you miss one of the cycles, you know, you've lost a lot of time.
A good way to practice is to do this stage 100 times.
601 times.
Or 601 times, exactly. Oh, HUD's making it under a cycle there. Wow. This is the experience coming through. We are, of course, referencing the fact that HUD's did the Sando 601, played this stage 601 times. And that's a massive lead change. Oh, no, there was no checkpoint set either.
Didn't hit the checkpoint earlier in the level, no.
Just like that, we have a lead change. HUD's is now in the lead, gets the big jump, just has to not die coming through here. You can see Terravin shaking their head there, knowing that that is a very costly mistake right now.
Absolutely. It's a very cycle-heavy level, and it can be very tempting to dash between those crushers just as they're closing. But if you get the timing just wrong, that's what can happen.
So we've got HUD's now going to be taking it down into the boss fight here. Once again, the pyramid raising up has been sped up, as has this boss itself. Normally it takes a while, but we can get this in about 2 hits because the boss has been changed to slide just that wee bit further. As we see Terravin doing all that they can to try and catch up right now, waiting for that block to move, to get the spin dash to allow Amy to start doing her big jumps again. Now, you may have also noticed that Terravin does not have Super Amy right now. The reason for that is because the big ring does not respawn when you die. If you've grabbed it once, that's it. So now Terravin having to go through the stage here as standard Amy. That is going to be a little bit slower in terms of overall speed, and especially dangerous because you no longer have the invincibility.
Oh yeah, that's gonna like be a massive time loss there.
Definitely. Oh, what, getting sub-pixeled as well there.
Yeah, this level is not being kind.
No. Right, into part 2, Sandopolis 2, we will have the ghosts coming out as well. So we're going to run our way through. Make sure you get the noise. You can hear all the parkour coming out as we come down. And the ghosts are now free. Exactly, parkour. Alright, so we're going to do the jump and the fly and the skip, but first we're going to go and grab ourselves the big ring. That's going to allow us to get all the way up. Does the little jump, then I'm going to use the hammer shield to try and jump all the way up, to double back on ourselves, to go through the floor that allows us to skip the looping part of the stage.
Yep, heading down over to the next area now. Meanwhile, Terravin just dealing with the boss over on Sando 1. Unfortunately, not a fast boss. It's going to be very frustrating to have such a time loss. Oh, taking some damage there. One more hit will do it though.
Can see the feelings on Terravin's face there. They know what happens. They know what we know how they feel as well. Just it's not something you want. It's not something you want at all. Oh, HUD's just missing the little skip there. Gonna have to go back down and respawn the sand wall, because the sand wall will drop down once you go over the side of it. Manages to get it the second time, not jumping on the button there to get crushed. Arg, as we go through. And doing that without the sand. Sandopolis without the sand. Can you believe it?
Yeah, and one of the things about Hyper Amy as well, you don't need to worry about any of the levers. The actual Sando police, the ghosts, don't affect you in the slightest. So
nope.
Very much something you can just ignore.
Alright, so coming through towards the last part of the stage here. You see HUD just flying through the stage at that point, because simply in this case he can. All the way up and round now, going to go all the way through. And then down into the boss, where of course the boss is going to die in a couple of seconds here. Got to make sure you don't release that spin dash too early or you will get crushed. But that is fine.
Yeah, and as you can see here, the boss isn't even going to have a chance to move. It is in a weird state where HUDs can just like literally stand up the head and just not need to worry about it doing any attacks. And there we go.
Hello. Oh, where am I going?
Terravin, meanwhile, still getting through the darkness section. As HUDs goes on to Lava Reef 1. Or Lava Beef 1, is it?
Beef. Yeah, so we are
hungry there.
Well, we always do that when we get to Lava Beef. Fantastic stage here. My favorite in Sonic and Knuckles here, not including Doomsday, because Doomsday is amazing, but we don't include it. But yeah, absolutely fantastic stage here. I love it a lot. There's not a whole lot we need to worry about in terms of tricks on this one. It is about optimal movement around the platforms, making sure you get super as quickly as you can, or hyper as quickly as you can in this case, and then navigating your way through. So on that note, we do have an €11.20 donation, once again, from Joseph Black, saying, I will counter your cyan and blue with rainbows. And we also have a lovely little factoid from Hooray_Yogurt, who donates €25 and says, daily reminder that POG stands for Passion Orange Gerva and is a type of juice. Can confirm it is the type of juice.
Interesting fact. Okay, good.
Hey, nothing wrong with getting some fresh juice for you. You know, counts as one of your 5 a day. Can always help with a positive mental attitude too.
Absolutely.
Alright, so we're about to see HUDs coming up towards the end of the stage here. Boss fight coming up. Only thing you need to worry about here is trying to get it in a one cycle. Of course, Terravin not far behind. They are making sure that they can try and close this gap slowly but surely coming through. I'm going to just wait for the hand there. And when the hand comes down, you're just going to stand in it and make sure you don't get crushed. And then once you hit the boss 3 times, it'll reset and do it again.
Yep. Being Hyper Amy again, just able to just stand there, take the hits, and just deal that damage just passively. As long as you can defeat those robot tentacles on the side of the screen, no problems. Let's heading now into Lava Reef 2.
Something on Terravin's screen that I don't know if anybody just saw there. Terravin managed to run towards one of the areas where there's the enemy you need to kill to open the door. And they managed to not only kill the boss, but they did it using Amy's hammer attack and kept the momentum. It was very smooth.
Nice.
Oh, Hudson almost getting hit by the fire. Not having to go for the invincibility there. Has enough rings to transform, and now just gets to run away for the amazing Lava Reef Stage 2 music here. Hidden Palace Lava Reef, such a glorious tune. And of course gets sped up, because the music option we have right now is when you are super or hyper, your music gets sped up like speed shoes. So skipping the first fan there, unfortunately not getting the second jump all the way up there. Going to go through this lovely little platform cycle. We see Terravin catching up as well. Just a slight stage behind here, about 58 seconds or so at the moment. I'm going to grab that last big ring of the game there for Huds. There are no more big rings. If you do not have all the Chaos Emeralds by that point, you ain't getting them on this run. As we're going to run all the way up to Knuckles now. Going to get hit out by a boulder and down into the most thrilling gameplay you ever did see.
Absolutely, onto the boss of Lava Reef 2. Very much just a 2-minute auto-scroller. Fortunately, it is a shorter auto-scroller than in the vanilla game, because in the vanilla game it takes 12 hits. Fortunately, the developers of this fan game has made it only 8 hits, which does save a lot of time. But it is still an auto-scroller, and, you know, we hate auto-scrollers. There are so many auto-scroller bosses in Sonic games.
They are indeed.
Terravin also coming up to the boss of Lava Reef 2. So we can see, like, Samdopoulos was very, very harsh on Terravin, but managing to catch up, claw those seconds back.
Indeed, indeed. And while we are in the most thrilling of gameplay sections here, we have a €10 donation coming in from Prometheus. This says, hey y'all, I have heard of glitch exhibitions, but a death exhibition? Take my money. Also, Ark, it's always fun to hear you on commentary, especially on Sonic runs. Good luck on your Sonic Mania run tomorrow. Ta very much, buddy. It's great, and it's always great being able to co-com with Mendez here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. As ever.
Odds showing off the giant Sonic plushie there.
Yeah, one of the interesting things that we saw there on Terravin's side is that for this actual boss, you know, we've got the lava waterfall here, the lava fall, and the platforms that come down. If you actually go too fast and get to the bottom of that lava fall before the first platform, you actually soft lock the game. So you have to wait for the first platform to be on screen before jumping down, and that's why the runners tend to go all the way to the right, grab the monitor, and do it very safely. But meanwhile, into Hidden Palace. Hidden Palace, a very short level, which is going to go through here, warp up, and then we've got a little bit of a boss fight.
Oh no!
An echidna.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Sorry, it's nah mate.
Nah mate!
Nah mate!
Nah mate!
Nah mate!
Nah mate! Oh, RPGY.
Manipulating Knuckles there, just on the side of the screen, so that he just spin dashes into you and hitting him as he comes towards you. Eggman taking away the Chaos Emerald there.
Manipulating Knuckles? Nah, mate. Alright, coming through this guy's sanctuary now. Again, cutscene has been sped up because it is AIR, thankfully. So you see the death thing going on, then just going choo 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 choo. And this is the stage where we get to have a lot of fun, especially with Amy's big jump here. So this stage is very vertically based. So much so that we're going to skip a majority of it, including some of the bosses, by using the jump to our advantage. Of course, Hud's going to grab the lightning shield here and then grab as many rings as possible, because the more rings we grab, the higher the jumps are going to be and the more of the stage that we're going to skip. Right.
So much of the route of Sky Sanctuary is just about getting those 50 rings as fast as possible, getting to Hyper, because again, there are no big rings from this point on in the game.
Other thing you need to worry about here is you did see that moving platform there. You can see Hud's waiting, because you want to make sure that's not going to be in your way, because there are a number of them that can squish you and just bonk you and get in the way. You can see here, already up into phase 3. We've just skipped both bosses and another big jump up to the final boss. Just like that, in 1 minute 10 seconds, we are at Mecha Sonic, not fighting the Sonic 1 boss, nor the Sonic 2 boss, not even seeing half the teleporters. That is how busted Hyper Amy's vertical jump is. It is so good.
Oh yeah.
Hello. Oh, where am I going?
All right, coming up into our final level, zone 13 of 13 on this run. It is the Death Egg Zone. Hardest zone in the game for any character because there's so many obstacles in your way that's just going to get around there and be a complete pain. However, it does have a revamped Tails route here that we are going to see all our characters take. Now, this route is normally a Tails exclusive route. However, there have been a few modifications made that allow us to run all our way through on this section. Of course, Amy's going to speed it up even more with her jump. Now, we literally just got a donation in there. It's a little bit late, but we still have Terravin in Sky Sanctuary, so we can say it. It's a $20 donation from the Sound Defense. Dollar, I said dollar again, it's euros. €20 donation from Sound Defense during Sky Sanctuary. Can we get the entire chat to spam understand?
Understand.
The concept of speedruns. Here come the onion rings. Yum, 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 yum. Love some onion rings going in there. Transformation coming out as we're now getting ready to go ahead to Red Eye, but we have Hyper. So this basically becomes less of a Warriors fight, more of a like a really enjoyable fight because you just get your own back on Red Eye.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anybody out there has played this game casually, not from a speedrun point of view, and or even from a speedrun point of view, and just not had Hyper, yeah, this is very therapeutic to watch.
That's the word I was looking for. Therapeutic. But
very
we are
nice,
coming
very quickly
through.
done, just getting the bounce chain on Red Eye there.
Terravin getting through the... Yeah, no, it's Terravin getting through the Gravitron there. It's just closing that gap, like... But we're coming on to the final stage. This is it. The final stage here, going to be grabbing the lightning shield, going to be getting as many of these as we can, jumping over the pipes that are blocking your way. Going to get the triple ring here. That is going to allow us to have super. However, same as the end of Sonic 3, we need to be very careful with our ring counts here. We do have the boss at the end of this stage. After that boss dies, we need to make sure we have 50 rings for going into the second phase. If we don't have 50 rings, we can't transform, and that second phase becomes a lot more dangerous.
A lot more dangerous, a lot more slow. So yeah, very important.
We're going to just skip this entire section once again. Amy's vertical jump there, making light work of all these areas that are meant to be slowing you down. Not happening for Amy here. Nice little trick now. Skipping the... Okay, basically, we're upside down. We're not meant to be. Now the game is going to fix ourselves. That is a phenomenal skip with Amy that I didn't know existed there. That is just blowing my mind wide open. That skips so much of that level there.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get to see it again on Terravin's side as Huds makes his way over to the Uwu boss. I'm sorry, because the boss makes an Uwu noise. Or in this case, an Owo noise. Oh, whoa.
That's RPG making an Owo noise there.
That's a grimy Uwu for you.
Alright. But here we go, Terravin's screen. Here comes the big jump again. Upside down, low gravity, lands on the orb, uses that to do the horizontal jump all the way over in the area that you're not supposed to be in, upside down, and then using the tunnel to put gravity back around the right way. That is such a cool skip.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, wow.
Right, Uwu Ball defeated just by staying at the top here and spin dashing when he releases his little mini robots. And there we go into the very final boss of the game now.
Having the rings. Has the rings, yes. Alright, there's your super. Got to take out the fingers and then the news. And only Huds knows how this run's going to go. But we get big opportunities again. I'm so happy. And it's extended for like maybe 10 more seconds.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go in a phase 2 for the fight. You got to hit the boss to knock open the area where the emerald is going to bounce off it, but you got to be very careful. Huds just used the hammer there. Had to stop. Had to not get that bounce there because accidentally used the hammer. Which meant if Huds continued with the bounces there, going to go for the spin. Dangerous spins into the jumps. That's 3. That's 4. Time's coming up. That's 5. Time is on the fade to white here. 6. 7. Oh, that's 8 there. I missed a hit. Here comes time for HUDs and time.
Oh.
What a very nice run for HUDs there.
Oh yeah, incredibly smooth. I mean, it had its mistakes, but you could not point to a single big mistake on here. Meanwhile, on Terravin's side, heading onto the last boss, going to hit the nose, going to go... And, oh, he ends up behind the boss!
Oh, no!
Oh, no! Oh, can't be in that
Unfortunately.
situation.
No, that is not what you want to see on that one. Unfortunately, it means back to the start of the boss fight with no rings. Adding insult to injury here, this boss is now significantly harder. But Terravin, a master of their craft here, going to finish out this run in style. As we say, in style, spin dashes right under the fingers there. Managing to grab some hits. Knocking out the swag strats. Alright, into phase 2, you're going to have to be careful with the flame that can come out of the news. And I'm going to do the bounces on the boss here. Gets the hammer, it's going to have to jump up to dodge. Going to get another one hit before the flame comes out. Repeats the process. And then going to go into the final couple of hits. You're playing it safe at the end there. Respectable.
Oh,
no, I still my mouth. I opened my mouth and I shouldn't have.
I'm gonna call commentator curse.
Come on, Terravin, you got this.
Go Terravin.
Yeah, we believe.
We believe. No hyper, one hit death. It does make this boss very, very difficult. Even in any other category. Gonna take out all of the fingers here. And we'll see the strategy is going for getting 3 hits for each nose bounce. So he's going to hit the nose, going for 1 hit, do the hammer, get the 2nd hit, jump over the laser, get the 3rd hit. Oh, and go in for a 4th hit as well. Oh. Oof. Ooh, very nice. 2 cycle.
Beautiful. Not over yet, though. Still got the final segment here. Got that last couple of hits on the boss. Don't release the spin dash too early, or you will fly off to the edge and die. There's 3, there's 4. Going to get 5. Again, same again. Time coming up on screen. 6. Screen fades to white. Time will come up.
8.
Hey, and time. And there you go. The run is complete. The race is done there. Fantastic job by both our runners here. So you're seeing it's around a 47-25 for Terravin and a 44-48 for HUDs coming through. HUDs our winner. Congratulations on the run there.
HUDs with a fantastic time there. Terravin also with a fantastic time. Just really, like, Sandopoulos slowing him down. Other than that, ahead for most of the race. And yeah, if Sandopoulos had gone better, who knows what would have happened.
Let me put into perspective for you just how incredible Terravin's run was, because I've had this up, I've been watching it in the background, right? So I currently hold the world record. Terravin set a PB yesterday that was 1 second behind that world record. You all saw how far ahead he was when we both got into Sando 1, about, what, 30 seconds, give or take? I was on my world record pace at that point. Terravin was 30 seconds ahead of world record at Sando 1. He came in 4 days ago to pick this game up again after 2-3 months away in order to put this race on. Terravin is an absolute legend. I have no doubt that with a couple more runs, he is going to rightfully take that world record. Terravin, absolute GG's, a phenomenal race, incredibly close. Honestly, if it weren't for Sando, you would have had that, mate. You really would have. So congratulations to you. That was phenomenal run you did there.
Those are kind words. Like I say in our little private chat here, had I not died on Sando and the final boss there, that could have been a 43.
Yeah, that could have been the first 43. That was phenomenal pace.
It just takes one good run, and it is a shame it wasn't today, but I'm sure that run will come very, very soon.
Yeah.
Later tonight, maybe.
Thanks, by the way, for swapping around the luck. It's normally me who dies on the final boss in Marathon Run, so cheers for that.
You're lucky. You're so lucky.
Terravin, do you have any shout-outs you want to give? Any final words at all?
2 people. 1, Chef Saber for putting together the original route for this run. Without her, who knows where the route would have been. and RPG for being the guy who inspired me to even pick this up. I would not be here without him.
Yeah. I absolutely, 100% back those two as well. Yeah, Chef was the first person I saw play Amy in Sonic 3 Air and started rooting it. RPG came along and inspired me to do it as well, just like you, Terravin, and, we rooted a few of the levels together. Thank you very much for stepping in last minute to put this race on with me. Argic and Mindez, thank you both so much for commentating. Really, really appreciate you two doing that. It was really, really fun to hear, albeit off-putting at times for me. So thank you for that. And I want to give a huge shout out as well to the whole Sonic 3S speedrunning community. If you're interested in speedrunning this, do look us up on speedrun.com. You can find a link to our Discord there. We've got obviously the normal kind of Sonic, Tails, Knuckles kind of things. We also have Amy, Metal Sonic, Mighty, and a brand new character we've just added, Chaos the Imposter by Sotanuk. Huge shout outs to Sotanuk for all the work that he does on Sonic 3 Air. I also want to give a huge shout out as well to the Sonic 3 community, especially Eukaryote, who develops this game and who puts a lot of work into this as well. Really, really great person. We're very thankful for this game. It is probably the definitive way to play Sonic 3. And my absolute favourite game of all time. So huge shout out to everyone in the Sonic 3 Air community as well. And as a wider thing, huge shout out to the whole Sonic speedrun community. You guys are fantastic, you really are. And if anyone out there is interested in speedrunning Sonic in general, why not come join us and come have a look? We got all the Sonic games, loads of experienced runners, loads of great resources. It'd be fantastic to see you there. But unless Mindez and Argit, you guys have anything to say, I'm going to hand over to you guys.
Nothing from me. It has been an absolute pleasure. I'll hand over to Argic.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure joining you on the race and being your host for BSG right now. However, it is time for me to head away. This was my last time in the chair. Going to be handing it over to our fellow BSG hosts as we get ourselves set up for the next run coming up. It is going to be The Little Mermaid on the Game Boy. We'll see you after this short break.